And here we go again with another review, and we're back with the Ocelot Locust, which is an unusual car in GTA Online. I believe it's one of only a handful of kind of track day special cars that you can get. There are a couple. There's this one. There's one that's based on the BAC Mono, but this is based predominantly on the Lotus Exige, which is a kind of track day roadster version of the Elise. Fabulous car, and very much like the Elise and the Exige in real life. The handling on this thing is pretty much about as good as it gets in this game, to be honest. So this will be an interesting test. This is the last of this week's offer cars. I've got one more test to do this week. But this will be an interesting test, because what we're doing here is looking at the difference between top speed and handling, because this course that I do does lean towards top speed. So it will be interesting to see how well a car does that has exceptional handling but a relatively poor top speed, because I will right off the bat say the top speed for this thing is pretty weak. You can tell just by driving it round that it's weak. I don't know what it is. I'll find out when we do the test. So yeah, let's start that by getting it on the freeway and seeing how it goes. Right, so it's time for a top speed test, and I think we already know we're not expecting massively brilliant things out of this. It's not that it's slow. I'm not going to say it's slow, but it's not designed for top speed. Even in real life, it's designed to loon it around a track. So I'm not expecting anything particularly good from this particular test. And here's what we managed to do. So time for final thoughts, and I say that cognizant of the fact that I haven't had many thoughts on this so far, and there's a perfectly good reason for that. There's only one reason to buy this car. You don't buy it for the looks, because the looks are, let's face it, fairly average. You don't buy it for the customization.
Well, me speak well.
Customization, because that, again, is pretty below average. You definitely don't buy it for the top speed, because that's pretty weak. You buy this for the handling. You buy this because you want to drive around the twisty roads in the mountains like a lunatic. So that's the only thing that you need to think about if you're deciding whether this is one to pick up for this week. If you've got a spare half an hour and you want to drive around the mountain roads like an absolute lunatic, then this is the only car you should be thinking about for doing that, because the handling is just so good. But the low speed and the mid speed handling is better, probably arguably, than anything else in GTA Online. But in terms of any other uses, unfortunately the weak top speed I think lets it down. I won't know for sure till I see this time. And I've got to admit, looking at where the recording's at so far, it doesn't look like it's going to be quite as weak as I thought it would be. So it's going to put in, I would say, considering the scruffiness of this bridge section and the low top speed, a fairly strong lap time, all things considered. So yeah, that's your review of this one. Hope you're still finding these useful. So please do drop a like, drop a subscribe. Any requests, do send them through. I've been getting a few requests. The next video that comes up is going to be another request. And thank you so much for all the comments and all the feedback. It really does mean a lot, and I'll see you all on the next one.